He's 24. He's 25 come, I think it's October, isn't it? But it seems that he's been around forever. For the second consecutive international break, Rashford doesn't make the squad.
Rightly so.
So is he approaching make or break moment, do you think, in terms of his hopes and career hopes really at club level, but at international level as well?
I think Gareth Southgate has a basis of picking players that has two coefficients. One, what they've done for him previously, and one, what they're doing currently. And I'm never quite sure which one weighs over the other. Now, that will give Rashford hope, because currently he's nowhere near even a conversation about being in the England squad. He's a conversation about being in the England squad because it's Marcus Rashford playing for Manchester United, and once upon a time, Marcus Rashford did meaningful things. That's a distant memory right now. So there's no basis for a conversation about Marcus Rashford being anywhere near the England squad. He really has to pick up and pull up under this new manager that's coming into Man United to make his case in the first few games of the ensuing season, because there is no case. Jared Bowen has a case. I'm not sure that Jared Bowen will be an international footballer. I'm not sure his contribution to the Europa campaign from West Ham was as compelling as his contribution in the domestic league, and they're going to be playing against European defenders and world-class defenders in international games. So I don't know whether he'll make that. Think
he's good enough?
I don't know whether he'll make that translation, but he has earned the right to have that opportunity. Whether he takes that step's up to him. Going back to Rashford.
Rashford hasn't earned the right.
Well, Rashford has earned the right to be in the squad previously, but he hasn't earned the right now. He's a country mile off in every aspect, from the way that he's approaching the game, seemingly, to his performances on the pitch. Not one of them symbolise an England player, let alone a Manchester United player. So he really has got to get his house in order. It's his gift to snatch back. He has held currency with Gareth Southgate. If there's anything honest about sport, he shouldn't hold that currency on the basis of what he's done previously.
100%.
He should be holding it for what he's doing now.
100%, but let's look at his season. In the summer, he had an operation, okay? So he missed pre-season. As anyone knows who's played the game, if you don't have a good pre-season, you're always on catch up.
What did he do? Just
no, we understand. Yeah, no,
he decided to wait for 2 weeks to go on holiday.
I think that was a mistake. So he's had his operation. He's missed pre-season. He's trying to get going. The club, as it is, didn't do well this season. The management has changed 3 times. Ole, then Michael Carrick, then Ralph. The club's been all over the place. He's been a reflection of that. So it's all right saying, Marcus Rashford's off it. He is off it, and he'll know that, and he's been dropped from the squad, and rightly so, and I applaud Gareth for that. But when you look at his season, there's a lot of mitigating circumstances why he's off it.
You say who's been on it in Manchester United. That's your argument.
Some of it's down to Marcus. Some of it's down to who the management has been, what the situation has been at the football club. But I think if he has a good pre-season, I'd be very surprised. He seems a good lad. If he has a good pre-season, I'd be under a new coach with certain directions, understanding of what exactly his role is in the
You're
scene.
not having this.
I wouldn't be surprised if he gets himself back to where we all expect him to be.
The pre-season will be irrelevant to his international future. The pre-season will give him an opportunity to domestically put his footprint down again. And if he domestically puts his footprint again, then he's back in the conversation. Yeah. Now, I agree with Trevor that you can look at Manchester United and say, in some of all its parts, who gets some merit? Well, apparently Bruno Fernandes, because he gets a new contract. For whatever reason best known to Manchester United, but that's a different discussion.
That's to protect the player.
But that's to protect whatever.
The asset,
but the bottom line, 2 years left to go on his contract, you don't really need to do it. But anyway, that's a different discussion. Going to Rashford and his performance in the confines of a bad environment, his body language, his disposition, his attitude is also his responsibility. We know that Manchester United were awful. That doesn't mean you have to be awful whilst you're in amongst the awfulness that's there. You can lift your head up, you can put yourself about. His body language, his disposition, and some of the stuff circulating about where he is off the pitch probably is a sum of all its parts. So he has to grow up and realise that he's the one that needs to grasp the nettle, not anybody else give him that nettle to grasp.
I mean, I saw him in Dubai when Sonny Edwards won, remember that?
Yeah, no, I saw he did.
But having said that, Trevor, Simon, I don't think Marcus was doing anything or was anywhere he shouldn't have been.
No, of course not.
But having said all that, Trevor, Simon's right. At international level, time's running out for this boy. And this is a World Cup year. So, Trevor, I'll put you right in the spot. They'll clip this up and they'll use it.
Sure.
Is Rashford going to be in Qatar?
He could be. It depends on how he takes this summer.
He could be. Will he be?
Well, I don't know Marcus Rashford personally, but if I'm Marcus Rashford in his shoes, this summer I don't take much of a break. I work hard, do my strengthening conditioning, get fit. I remember Frank Lampard when he didn't get in the squad for 2002. He went to Mauritius, I think it was. He worked his socks off all summer. That season he scored 20-odd goals, got straight in the England squad. So it depends on what Marcus Rashford is prepared to do and how much he's prepared to suffer in the summer. If he does, He'll start the
gives
season
himself a
well.
chance.
He'll start the season well, get a few goals. He'll be on the tip of everyone's tongue. He will get back in the England squad because he's earned it.
So down to
Or
him.
the alternative is he does that. He does all of that, and Trevor's absolutely right. It's upon him. It's on his toes to do what he needs to do to bridge that gap from where he is now to where he needs to be. And then he still has the adversity of someone else doing better than he does.
Right.
So if someone else hits really good form,
Yeah.
and they are doing what Marcus Rashford is doing at the same time,
Yeah.
the question then abounds: does he get the nod? Because once upon a time he did it for Southgate in a different life.
I'm just going off the back of what you said, holding my Celtic pen. Happy 55th anniversary to the Lisbon Lions, by the way. Going back to my point
Oh,
about
you
Jared.
Celtic pen, yes, I see it.
Yeah, it was a gift when I went up to Paradise.
I mean, you stole it.
Going back to my point, you said about Jared Bowen not doing it domestically.
Yeah.
He domestically,
In Europe.
yeah, and in Europe, he domestically did very well against
Oh, no,
Manchester City,
no,
against top players,
no,
scoring
domestic-
2 great goals.
No, but Simon said in the Europa League, right?
I think he has got the ability to make that transition to international football and be a massive
He
success.
certainly has the right.
He's clinical.
He certainly has the
He's
right
got
to
the
be.
intensity.
Certainly has the right to be in the
So
conversation.
I'm hearing Trevor Sinclair say, yes, Simon, I agree. And I'm hearing Simon say to Trevor, yes, you're right. What's going on? You see, you need me here, don't you? Then peace breaks
No,
out.
that's what Martin said the other day.
Yeah.
It seems all nice and pleasant. What's the common denominator to unpleasantness?
I know.
Oh, I know.
Jim.
Yeah.
That sweaty sock that's not here.
Sweaty sock, that's actionable. I love Martin. He looked at me the other day and said, are you listening? I mean, it was outrageous. Simon, do you want to take us to a break, or is this an old gag now? Am I doing it too
An
much?
old gag, yeah.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.